Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to Ile Dos Aguas and Oricha Readings channel here on YouTube. Today will be the continuance of part 3 of our series on how do I get started, what is my first step with Abovada, spiritualism. And if you're here for the first time, I would like to welcome you to our channel. I invite you to hit that subscribe button, hit that alarm bell. That way you'll be notified of all new videos being uploaded and new topics that are being brought out to our channel. Also, if you're here for the first time, I tell you to go back to our series, part 1 and part 2. That way you'll be caught up with the ongoing series. I hope everyone had a good weekend. And let's get started with part 3. As we discussed before, we learned the importance of understanding why we have to set up our Bovada, understanding what the calling should be, finding that right tutor, that right mentor, that right spiritual guidance advisor to help you to get started. Okay? Also, I'll take this moment to say, remember folks, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to explain to you based on my experiences over 40 years of dealing with the spiritualism. I'm here to help you, to answer your questions. There's a lot of people out there talking, so I'm just giving you some guidance. Always listen to your elders, to your godparents, and follow their instructions. As I said, some houses will use 7, others will use 9. I already clarified that I go with the 9. And we left off the series in our last video of what goes onto the table. You know, we put our cups. And what else do we put? Well, we have to have that vase for the flowers, that white candle, the crucifix, the colognes. Today we're going to go into a little bit about incense. It's very good to work with incense on your spiritual table. It's a good way to balance the energy of yourself as well as the energy to cleanse your home, to cleanse the spiritual table. Okay? I like to work with sage a lot, especially at the beginning. Sage is a very powerful incense that has a unique way to cleanse your inner self as well as your table. We pick up energies day in and day out. And when we're going to sit down with our spirits and we want to meditate and we want to work, we want to have that clean energy, that clear balance. So it's always important and good to smother yourself, sage yourself, and that way you eliminate those energies there. Church incense is very good. Sandalwood is very good. Jasmine is very good. Those type of incense has a way of calling the spirits, has a way of balancing the energy and calming the energy, which is very important. Also good to do what we call a smudging in English. Spanish will call it saumerio, to do it to the whole house so that you have an ambience and atmosphere that is that of neutral, that is calming and soothing for you to work with your spirits, because this process is a meditation process. You have to make that contact. It's that one-to-one relationship that we've been discussing in our previous videos. So when you have that energy that you're tense, when you have that energy that is blocking, that energy maybe that you just don't want to sit down, well, listen to yourself, you know, because those are things that could block that balance, that sight, that process for your spirits to do it. Sometimes take a bath, do some saging of yourself. That will help you to balance your energy so that you could be focused, that you could understand and see and hear and watch the energies flowing around. The candle speaks to you, the way it's flickering, the way it's burning. It's going to be telling you, you know, things are okay, things are a little rocky, you know, you may have to cleanse yourself, okay? So that being said, sage is very good, and the different incenses that we spoke are very good to cleanse yourself, to cleanse the house, and obviously cleanse your table. Basically, that's it, okay? Now, already I have gotten questions to can I put food on the boveda? Well, my humble opinion, my response to that is no. The spiritual table is a representation of the tomb, the altar, the spiritual balance for the spirits. So there is no food there. We have a way to place offerings, foods, coffees, different things to our spirits, and we normally do that on the outside of the house. One of our future topics is going to be something that's called the tile, or in Spanish, la teja del muerto. That is one word where you could do your offerings. It's a different altar. It's on the outside of the house. It's not on the inside. Many years ago, when obviously the plumbing was iron, the spirits always like to eat on the plumbing. But obviously today that plumbing is not iron, it's that plastic. So I don't know why you will still see some people that do some sort of process or altar or feeding in the bathroom or near plumbing or anything like that. Things have changed. The tile, or teja del muerto, is now present. That's a way that you could create an outside altar where you could put your food, your drinks, your beverages, which is fine. You know, we'll discuss that in a different video, but I wanted to explain to you that yes, you do offerings to the spirits, but there's a way to address it. Right now, we're discussing the altar, and I do not think it is appropriate that we place food on the altars. You could place your cigars, non-smoked. You could place your colognes, your flowers, your candles. Remember, the altar is a representation, the tomb of the spirits, where they rest, where they're at peace, where they have their energies, where you do your meditation, what we use for la misas, when we do misas or masses. So food should not be placed there, okay? So I've answered that question. The next question that was posed to me, and this one I know is going to be somewhat conflicting, but I'm going to answer it the best way that I can. The question was, can I place Catholic saints on the boveda? I have always said, I strongly do believe that the spiritual table is your spiritual table. That's one-to-one. It's how you see the connections with your spirit. It's how you see the functioning of you and your spirits. Okay, that being said, I have seen many altars with statues. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say it's right. I'm not going to say it's wrong. If that's what you feel or that's what you felt, that's fine. Now, my opinion. Once again, I'm not here to tell you this is the way it is. We're going through a journey together. This is our journey of getting a better understanding for the spiritualism and Espiritismo. Is a journey where I'm hoping that you're learning and you enjoy it, because I will tell you, in my 40 years of working the spiritualism, being a spiritualist, I love working the spirits. I adore my spirits. I am forever grateful to them. I love my santos, but I love my spirits. That being said, I do not believe it is appropriate for saints to be on the spiritual table. I say that because the saints are in a different dimension. The saints are a different force, a different energy. I don't see the connection. That's my opinion. That's my humble opinion. Now, if you think it's your functioning, you think that you need to have it, who am I to say that it's right or wrong? I've seen it. And people work the spiritual table, and I haven't been able to see that, it does anything negative, and I can't say that it does anything positive, So for me to answer the question, it's based on my opinion. It's based on what I think. And like I said earlier, I don't think that the spirits, the saints or the Catholic statues of saints should be on the bóveda. That's my opinion, okay? Someone came to me over the weekend and was asking, no, I wanted a representation of my conga, I wanted a representation of my nun. Those things we will discuss later on. Again, if you feel that connection of a spirit, and it has been confirmed and verified, because that's the other thing too. You know, just because you went to a misa and so defined or saw this spirit as part of your frame, don't jump at it right away. Give it some thought process. Work with that entity. See if it does exist or doesn't exist. Maybe that entity will come to you in a dream. Maybe that entity will come to you and communicate, I'm like this, and that, or I function with this, and that, and you're able to place it. Again, can a representation of your spirit be placed on your spiritual table? Yes. Can it be placed outside of your table somewhere else in the house? Yes. My conga loves at times to be seated next to the bóveda. Other times she likes to be traveling from room to room in the house. Sometimes she likes to be out on the back part of the house. Sometimes she'll tell me, sit me in front of at the front door for a few hours. It's just how you communicate with your spirit, is how that relationship, that one-to-one that we keep talking about, develop. It's very important, the communication. You know, people might think I'm crazy. People might think that I talk to myself. No, I don't talk to myself. I talk to my spirits. Just like if they were a human being, the way that you talk to a friend, the way that you talk to a parent, the way that you talk to one of your siblings, it's the same relationship you have to have with your spirit. The good, the bad, that's the communication. That's the breakthrough. That's what you need to develop, and that is what we are all about with our videos. We're trying to get you to understand the importance of Egum, the importance of the bóveda, the importance of our spirits, the importance of spiritualism. That's what it's all about, because without this, we cannot function. It is our spirits that communicates to us. It's our spirits that tell us, you know, for so-and-so you see this, and that, or for such and such you divinate, or divination of a person comes through your spirits. So it's important that you develop that relationship, okay? So the answer is, yes, you can have a representation on your spiritual table. And yes, they may want to be around the house too, okay? So I answered those two questions that came in over the weekend, okay? Now I want to give you an advice, a tip that might help you, because it's always helped me. This stone is called la piedra alumbre. In English, we'll call it the alum stone, alum rock. And you can see it's all white. It's a very powerful stone. It has great energies. I like to have one of these on my bóveda. This also allows for a spiritual cleansing. It allows for a spiritual balance. It allows for a enhancement to your spiritual light, okay? And what I like to do sometimes is I'll sit down in front of my spiritual table and I'll do my prayers and I'll have it in my hands and rubbing it. I'm picking up the energies from my spirits. I'm picking up the energies from the waters. I'm picking up the energies that are around my entire spiritual table. And at the same token, that I'm giving them my energies. And I'm talking and praying and asking for them to clear my path, to let me see what they want me to see, not what the world wants me to see. I'm asking them to give me that strength, that energy, that clearance. And I always keep one on my table and I change it year to year. Every year on December 31, I'll change it and get a new one, okay? These stones, if placed in water, dissolve very quickly. So what I also like to do is I'll get a smaller one, not this big, but I'll get a small piece, something that they sell in the botanicas, and I like to place that in the spiritual guide, or as we say in Spanish, el guía espiritual. Why? Because as the stone is called piedra alumbre, the stone, alum stone, to illuminate, to show, to enhance our eyesight, that's how come I like to place it in the different cups. And I'll do it throughout the year with like different spirits. I'll put a small piece of piedra alumbra in each glass. And once it dissolves, I'll go buy some new ones and place it on different spirits so that they have a better enlightened, they have a better sense of vision, they have a better sense of energy for what I'm ever trying to work with, or what I'm trying to gain, or what I'm trying to work at, okay? The other thing too is when I'm praying, okay, if you keep it between your hands and you're focusing on one spirit, perfect, that helps. The other thing I like to do is bring it up here to your forehead where we have what we call the third eye, and this is to enhance this vision. It's to enhance your spiritual balance, to enhance that spiritual light, that is spiritual sight. And this is very powerful to work with. I change it once a year. The other ones, because I place it in water, dissolve. It's always good every once in a while on a Thursday or a day of your choice to get a Sabbath white candle, those smaller candles, not a 7-day candle, because you want it to burn quickly, and a glass of water, and dedicate it to all your spirits, known and unknown. Known because maybe you do know some of your spirits that have been identified through a misa, through a spiritual reading, and then other spirits that are with you but yet haven't been defined. So I like to dedicate a glass. I do it a lot on Sundays. I also do it a lot on Thursdays. And I just put that glass of water, I pray to it, a couple Our Fathers and some prayers from the prayer book asking for the guidance of the spirits, which we'll go into later on. But those is an important thing to do. In that cup, I always put an alum rock in there. Why? Because for those spirits that are not known, you want them to start the process of becoming known. The ones that are known, you want to continue their growth, their potential journey with you. And that is something I just do once a week to further enhance my spirit. It has nothing to do with the bowl with that. That's just a tip to help you, okay? So that's going to be it for today. I hope you've really enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you some insight to what's going on. And hopefully you are making that stride with your spirits and you're able to have that communication, which is very important. Once again, I would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel, hit that alarm bell. If you go to our main page, you could see our Facebook links. Please feel free to join them, like us, follow us. We answer every question, whether Spanish or English. Both groups are bilingual. Our channel is bilingual. Feel free to put your comments, like the video if it's helping. We want to hear from you. We want your feedback. Share this video with your friends. Share this video with your other social sites so that we can continue to expand our subject, our knowledge. And most of all, we're able to find that person that really needs that help spiritually. That will be it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and we'll see you on part 4.